Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I wanted to show you a new digital. Yay, I finally got one done for Christmas. It's something different. I'm very pleased with how it came out. I wasn't sure at all when I started because I was thinking black and white Christmas. Is anybody even going to like that? But the more I played with it and found some things that I liked to use, I thought, yeah, this is different than what I see everywhere. So I wasn't sure, but I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping that you guys will like it. I really like it, but I tend to also like to make black and white journals and things like that. It's been a while, but yeah, I have done that before. So anyways, without further ado, this is Black and White Christmas. I figured keep it simple. That way people can remember the name of it easier and, find it. So this is the first page, or one of the pages. There's like, I don't remember, 22 pages total, but I can't remember if it was 6 or 8 of the collaged sort of pages. But anyway, we'll see along the way here. So there's that one. There's this one. And just the pop of red. So I guess technically they're not all black and white, but black and white with pops of red. And like this is a old vintage holly image, so it's got the green. But for the most part, those are the only colors, except for some of the background pages I did do in different colors, so that you'd have a little bit of color at least. I mean, it's Christmas, so. But these are them. And I have the Santas, but I also have like the Nativity and angels and things like that. So nobody to be left out for the Christmas. There's some music page. And these are in kind of a creamy color. You can see they're obviously not white or black, but I kind of liked that. I printed this on a plain old white copy paper because I just wanted you guys to see what it would look like. So obviously if you do a better quality of white paper, you're going to get a crisper look probably, but I'm very pleased with how they came out on copy paper. So yeah, not a problem at all. They printed well. I didn't have trouble with them. So that was all of those. So there's, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 of those collage type pages. And then there's some ephemera pages. This is that same little like file folder. You just fold it in half right here at the line, and these are like the little files that go into it, like I did in the mushroom digital. There's a couple pages of these type with the tags, ephemera, things like that. There's a second one of those. And then I did the big tall, this envelope is skinny. It folds at these little black lines, so you just fold those back, and then these two flaps. So it's like a tall skinny coin envelope, and that's the tag to go inside of it. So lots of images of like snowy village, houses, forests, berries, and like these are holly leaves and berries. That's an old Santa image. And then there's one of the CD envelope covers, as I always kind of do. And then one of the number 10 window envelopes. You can see obviously this one's green. Green and black. So I did do a few colors just so it wasn't totally black and white. And then there's some of the fussy cut stuff. And some more ephemera, fussy cut little borders or whatever that you want to use them for. Black and white, and some colored images to go with. And there's snowflake background with the black background. And then there's this nice gold kind of color, gold yellow with a nice design. And then berries and leaves and sticks or whatever. Holly. And this is just a really muted gray. So it's, I don't know if you guys can even see it. I've got a weird shadow happening. Not sure where the shadow's coming from. Let me see if I can bring this up here more and get a better. Yeah, that one's just really hard to see. Sorry. It's holly and leaves, but it's just, they're in a gray scale, and then the background's an even lighter gray. So, and then the red with the snowflakes. So I hope you guys like that. And I was also very pleased when I found at Michael's, the Recollection brand, there is a black and white winter pad of paper. So yay, I was very happy to find that, because that sort of made me feel better about doing black and white for winter, or you know, Christmas. And but yeah, these are beautiful, so definitely go hop over there if you want. The only thing I was not pleased with is, as you can see, the black lines, and that made them blurry. Something in the printing, it did this, and I took it back to get a new one, but they were all kind of like that. So I don't know, check yours when you get it. I did get a discount because of that, because they didn't have one they could replace it with that wasn't like that. But the other pages seem to be good. So, I mean, sometimes you can kind of see the snowflakes at the back a little, but it's this foily one, so that's probably why you can kind of see that. But the other one's not foiled, and it left the black print. So just keep that in mind. The other pages were great, so that was fine. The stripes aren't necessarily like, oh, my most favorite, so I'm not that worried about it. And then they also had this peppermint stripe in the Recollections. And this is great because it's just got, oh, I forgot to open this one all the way. But anyway, a lot of red. So I thought that, oops. So like, see, these would go really well. And nice red plaid. So, I mean, there's a little pink in this one too, but I don't think that matters either. So, yeah, I mean, black and white goes with anything. Greens, reds, whatever you want to use. So that's what is in the shop now. So hop over there and check it out. And it's on sale, because all my digitals are on sale until the end of October. So definitely go on over there and check that out. And I'll be right back with a little craft project. See you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back, and this is what's happening. That's so gator mouth, you guys. I think it's just like, I don't even know. I'm getting near the end, and I need some, it's going to be even fatter, because by the time it's done, it's probably going to be like that. But I need some journaling cards for, I will show you. Oops, I just stuck those in there. These, I made some, right? I think I made these with you guys. I think I just, or maybe we did. I don't know. Maybe we did. It's all becoming a blur, because I have worked on it by myself. The reason I have worked on it by myself is because we are already on like video 10 or 11. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyhow, and we were like back here somewhere. So I was like, I need to start getting some of these pages covered and stuff on my own, or we're never gonna get this done. So basically what we have, we did these, I remember, and I've put some journaling cards in these. I think we made these together. If not, there they are. That's the thing about altered books. They do take a while. Like, you can actually make a sewn-in signature journal quite a bit faster. It's because of all the page covering that you have to do to make this happen. I just did a little collage down here. This is some of my Croak digital paper. And then in here we have a large journaling card to write on. And I'll do a full flip through of it whenever it's done, but I'm just trying to catch you guys up. This flips open, there's journaling card in here, so you can write here. That's that little piece that we made. I did finish up the journaling cards for it. So it can just come off entirely, so it could technically go anywhere. But some long tags were in these pockets already. I just covered them so that they were, you know, decorated. So that's those. So I just hooked it onto this dirty old page that I inked up a whole lot. And then it's hooked here to this, and this page, because I was starting to get so fat, I just went ahead and put in this large piece of spattered and coffee dyed paper, and I spattered it with watercolor, so that's where all the color comes from, and the background, you know, this color is just coffee, and that just goes in there because it's nice and thin, because it's just the paper without anything on it, which is probably what I'll start doing, is some fairly thin things. This one has a little journaling card. There's 2 journaling cards or tags in here, and then this is that pocket like the one that I just showed you for the Christmas digital, that it flips down so you can write in here. It looks like a file folder. I did cover it on the back with some coffee dye paper, so this is copy paper, and then I've backed it with coffee dye, so it's a nice thick heavyweight pocket. And then it's got the 2 file folder type journaling cards in it, and those just pop in there. And then I did have the little tiny paper clip here, and there's no glue right where this little tiny paper clip goes, so that's why you can get that in there, but it is glued below it and above it, so it's kind of like it has to go right there to hold that. And then this pocket, uh-oh, how did I get stuck? This was all glued already. Oh, I don't know. This is that little, kind of like, what do you call these? Coin envelope. Why is this stuck now? Did I glue it in there? Probably. Oy, oy, oy. See, this is what happens when I get doing this stuff and not really. So I'll usually go back and do this right after, because I know that this happens. I don't feel where it's stuck, but it's stuck somewhere. Huh. There we go. And it's just a piece of paper, of the paper from the digital that I've inked, and I just added a little mushroom and a little collage here. I don't know why that was so stuck. There wasn't anything for it to be stuck on, unless it was stuck on my little collage there. I'm gonna bent my paper. Okay, so that's just in there. That's kind of thin, so that's why I liked that in there. And then another little journaling card that I added a eyelet and a little tag there. That's one of my this and that labels. This one I didn't sew around yet, but it's just one of the ones from the digital. There's that other pocket here. Oh, and I fixed this. If you guys remember, I cut the bottom of this page off so you could see where the torn out pages were. I just put a piece of paper over that and another piece of paper here as kind of a collage, but it covers up those pages. And then I think I'm going to put this piece of paper here, you know, so you can write. And then I have a few things there, but we have some pockets, mainly these 2 right here that don't have anything. So, and I have a pocket here, and I'll be adding this pocket somewhere. See, it just gets so fat. Why do we do this to ourselves? I don't know. I probably need to stop because it's probably gonna have a problem. I don't know if it has a problem. I guess it'll be mine. But anyway, I thought we could do a little collaging. So that I'll have some journaling cards to put into those pockets. Actually, we could just do some book page instead of a whole page. Whole stack of book page. Oh my gosh, those got all bent. That one will be good. And then I can cut them down. I'm not going to decorate them. I'm just going to, they're going to go this direction is the direction they're going to be oriented. So this is what I do with my book pages when I glue. I get that question a lot. If you've been with me for a while, you know I use them to make journaling cards, tags, pockets. You can use them for all kinds of stuff in your journals. They make great, you know, strengtheners or bodies for decorating with other pieces of paper, because they're just a nice weight when they've got some stuff on top of them. So yeah, hope you guys are doing good. Didn't even ask that, I don't think. I'm so bad. I was kind of doing 2 videos here at once. I was doing my Marguerite Miller and this one. when I paused to get something dry for my Marguerite Miller, I showed you guys my new digital. I hope you guys like that black and white. I just wasn't sure. I mean, it's not like it's never been done before. It's just I know that it can kind of seem stark, and that's not really the time of year that we do a whole lot of stark type decorating. But I know that like that black and white plaid is really popular, or has been in the past few years. I don't know if it will be again this year or not, but I figured I'll try it and see how I like it. I just wanted something different. Like I said, I feel like we all end up using the same images because that's what's out there. It's not anybody's fault. It's just that, you know, we only have so many things to choose from because the whole public domain thing. So it's rough finding images. Let me tell you, that's why I end up drawing a lot of my own if I can, you know, things that I can draw. And I do have a site called VectEasy that I can sometimes find some other images on that I can use. But yeah, it's hard. So I'm going to keep these fairly kind of, I guess, neutral, just so that whatever I decide to decorate them with, it's going to look, it'll look fine. You know, it's not going to look strange, like it doesn't go together, which is always good advice if you're going to make these type of things ahead of time. Just think, you know, what you're going to be using them for. Like obviously if you're making Christmas ones and you kind of know what papers and stuff you're using, go for it. But if you're not totally sure and you're not sure what you're going to put on it as its focal point, it's kind of good to just keep them fairly neutral. That way it's not strange looking. I am like already all strings of glue everywhere. And a lot of these are scraps left from making this altered book, so might as well use them. It's a good thing to do near the end. Get you some pockets and journaling cards and all that, using up the scraps if you can. Because otherwise this all goes in my scrap bags and then it's never ending. Like, I obviously don't need these this big. Some of this is going to get cut off, but that's just how it'll be. And it can be used for other things when it gets cut off, so it's not like that big of a deal. This was Halloween paper, but it'll give me some color, so that's good. My son's gonna, he's already got a few years under his belt because he took some college classes when he was in high school, so he's probably gonna go like 4 or 5 years and get his master's, which is great. I'm so glad he decided to do that. We were trying to talk him into that. Just because you're there, and once you leave, if y'all, if you've gone to college and you know, it's like once you leave, you're not going back. At least that's the way it was for me. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go back and get my master's degree. Nope. And I still sometimes think you should go back to school. It's like, nope. it's that homework thing. You've got to like just keep doing that and not stop, because once you get out of that habit, it's kind of nice once you get out of that habit, and then you don't want to go do it some more. Okay, so there's one, and I will back it. I might wait until I cut it to the size, because, you know, otherwise I'm just wasting even more paper. But grab another one and do another one. And then, like I said, these can be used as pockets in your journals. Like, you can cut them, you know, at a diagonal like this and have a corner pocket, or you can, you know, put a thumb notch, obviously cut it to the size that you need for your page, put a thumb notch and just glue down 3 sides, and you got a pocket. If you're new to junk journaling, I just want to even that up a little bit, that's kind of this is a great thing to start with, is it. And if you don't have book page yet because you just started, just use regular, I mean, copy paper or whatever as your background. You don't have to use book page. It's just we have a lot, those of us that have been doing this for a while, because we're always using them. So it's just a good way to use them up. But if you don't have them, you can use any piece of paper for your base. Just a plain, you could use a piece of file folder, you could use whatever. Which is how a lot of us start, is just do it. But yeah, I have a lot of people say they have all kinds of stuff they've collected and they haven't started. Start. Like, it's all paper. You know, maybe the first time you make something, make a journal, don't use like your most expensive antique book or something. You know, I get that. Like, that would, yeah, I just used a cheap dollar store book, the first one I did. Well, actually, the first one I did was that altered book that I messed up. But that, again, was just an expensive book that I found at a thrift store. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, don't like use the most glorious antique book, because then if you did something to it, you would be very sad. But if you, I'm trying to think how I want this. If you just use, you know, inexpensive papers that you have, scrapbook papers, things that you could get more of if you needed to. Digitals are great because you can just keep printing them as many times as you need to. So you could use a composition notebook. If you snip the papers, there's strings that sew the pages of the composition notebook in. If you snip those in the center, pull out the strings and the pages, you can use the cover as like a cover for your journal, and just sew your signatures right into that, and make yourself some pockets and things, and you'll have a simple journal in no time. And I have some YouTube videos called Super Simple Composition Notebook Journal, and there's a playlist, so you can just go look that up, and that way none of it's super expensive. You're not like using stuff that can't be replaced or cost you a whole bunch of money, so then, you know, you feel kind of paralyzed by it. Will that be long enough? Barely. So yeah, that would be my advice for if you're just starting out. I don't know if I like that. I don't know what I want. Oh, this would be good. This color, huh? I can use these on other things. I don't want all the same color is what I'm thinking here. I just want to cover that whole square. Maybe so. But yeah, that's, oh, that was good. Well, I'll be adding more. That's just a really good way to start, because then you, like I said, you're not going to be out a bunch of money, and you're not going to be stressing while you're making it, because if you make any mistake that can't be fixed, that's the other thing. A lot of mistakes can be fixed, so that's not even that big of a deal. But yeah, just get started. Just do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I'm sure if you look that up, you'll find a million people doing that. Sew it right into that composition notebook cover. Cover the cover with some nice paper or fabric, and you'll be all set with your first journal, which is very fun. And then you get a little confidence, you know, the more you do it, obviously, like anything, the better you get at it. And you feel okay about. I mean, there's still things that I use that I get nervous because I'm afraid I'm going to mess them up and I don't want to. So you're not alone there. It happens to all of us. And I have ruined a few things. Well, you saw that first altered book I did. So it does happen. But that could be fixed too. I could take it apart and like make fabric tabs and put the pages all together that way or something. But I kind of just keep it the way it is. I just like it, and it's mine, so. But most things can be fixed. That's the nice part. I feel like it needs, I guess it'll get cut, so it's covered. So there's 2 just like that. We'll do one more, and then I'll let y'all go for the day. I'm sure some people already left because I'm collaging. It's not for everybody, and I know it's kind of been, you know, beat to death, but unfortunately, it is part of it. I mean, most people do collage at some point because, I mean, you can obviously create without doing that, but it just kind of tends to be a part of what we do and a way to use up scraps. So just kind of has to get done. I'm gonna put this one sideways, I think. I enjoy it. I find it very relaxing. Some people do like to watch it for relaxation, but not everybody likes it, which is fine. Totally fine. Put this piece down. This is from my Croak digital. It's my toads. I think I'm just going to kind of put it in the middle, and then I'll go around it with whatever. That piece didn't get ripped. My husband got me this little tiny vacuum. It's downstairs charging, but it looks like a cat, so I can suck off my table. He asked me what I wanted for our anniversary, and I said, I don't want flowers. Don't get me flowers. Get me this little vacuum cleaner. He's like, what? You're so weird. It's like, I know, but the flowers just die and it depresses me. So, and that's just my thing. I know. I said, I want one of these little vacuum cleaners. So, got me a little cat. It's cute. It looks kind of like a girl Pasha, which is fun. Pasha's gray and white, and this is black and white, but you know, it's fine. And I say it's a girl because it has a little bow on it. I'll show it to you guys when I remember to bring it upstairs. Yeah, know I'm weird. I can't help it. I like this number right here. Don't like it over there though. Just do it right there. I'm sure you guys have seen those little vacuums. I mean, some people have like a ladybug or whatever. They're just kind of fun. Because you get all kinds of little dusty schmutz on your desk, as you all know. Hope I didn't rip that too short. Good. Or you can make a cover out of like Amazon packaging. I'm sure if you've watched Gail Augustinelli, I'm sure you've seen her do that lots of times. You can cover them with fabric or paper and stitch around them or whatever, decoupage. That's another super inexpensive way to do it so that you don't feel like, again, like you're cutting up something really important, you know? That you're terrified if it gets messed up. At least if it's like Amazon packaging. Big deal. I mean, well, it stinks that you took your time, but at least it's easily replaceable. So. And it is hard. There are pieces that I buy that I haven't used yet because I just, for whatever reason, am attached to them. And I'm hoarding them, but hopefully eventually it'll be like, okay, it's time to use that. Or you find the perfect project and off you go, you know. Because there are pieces, and there's pieces I'll probably never get rid of just because I found them and I like them, you know. I think I'll turn it that way that doesn't matter. Oh, that was a very odd way I did this collage. I don't know that I like it, but I think it'll be fine once it's cut. That's the one good thing when you make these. If you're like, wow, that's really ugly. Once you cut it, you know, it's fine. It's totally fine. So. What else am I going to put on there? I've got some of that. Some color would be good. I'm going to tear up the leaves. I could use another piece of this. Too many squares happening there. I need to go water my yard. It's supposed to get really cold this weekend, of course, because they're having a big band competition at my daughter's university, and then her band will be entertaining because it's the high school kids are having the competition. So we'll go for the college kids playing, and it's supposed to rain. And be cold. It's like that figures. Right, so now I have 3 of these, and we'll cut one so we can, or I will actually hopefully cut 2 so we can get something to put in those pockets. And then I can just decorate them. Yeah, this is going to just be a big old gator mouth. That's kind of what I was saying when I was telling you guys. Just cut them. Just rip the pages out and don't think too much about it because you're going to end up using it up. Hold on. Cutters across the room like always. You'll end up filling it up is what I'm trying to say. Okay. I'm not really sure how big these are. So let me, where all my rulers went. They kind of go on walkabout around here. So I'm thinking about, where does that stop? 4 is probably good. 4 inches. So it's going to take a couple of these to make. So where's 4? 4 is here. I like this part. But isn't that always the way? If I do it this way, then I lose the number. Well, we might do it this way. I probably should have torn it. It doesn't seem right. That seems way too wide. I don't think it's long enough either. Probably should have oriented them the other way. I'm so smart sometimes. I think that's way too wide. Yep. So we'll cut a little more off this side. We'll go to 3 3/4. That way I'll have a smooth edge on both sides. Oops. Cut. Oh yeah, it went right in. Yeah, that'll work fine because I'm going to take just a tiny bit more off. Once I put a tab on it and all that, that'll work fine. And we may end up rounding the corners too to make it slide right in there. See, that'll work great. And then there'll be a little tab. Voila! So let's do these leaves. 3 3/4 roughly. Let's do a little more so that I can cut the other side. I want the smooth edge. A little bit more. It's closer to 3 1/2, really. A little bit more. Okay, yep. Now we got those in there, and then we need one in here. So let's do this one in there. Now what will this fit? It will fit to about there. Do I want to tear it? I think I want to tear it. Those other ones that are a little more precise, I do like to make sure they're cut, but for this one I think I'll tear. I just like that look. Yep. That'll get stitched around. So that's all of the pockets now, because these all have things in them. They just need to be covered. All right, so that's where we're at, guys. And like I said, total gator mouth. It's gonna be just, it's just gonna sit like that. All right, I will see you guys again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.